mean, the Steelers are right up there, Steel Curtain and all the history, Mean Joe Green, you know, throwing the kid a jersey, all that stuff. But now you're a Raiders fan? What? Talk about that. Did you get dropped on your head or what?
No, what happened was
I'm just kidding.
some would, debate that, but lead paint and power wires going around. But
Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Sagady, also known as a commenting collector. Welcome to another edition of the Collector's Chat. And we are blessed and we are excited and we are happy to have our guest this week, who is actually less than 1 year as a YouTube creator, but he's already making waves. So without further ado, please welcome Andy's Attic to the Collector's Chat.
hey, Rob, my friend.
He's
Already started the party. Cheers.
Hey, brother, I got one for you. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Oh, I told you didn't need to get dressed up for my show because it's, half the listeners do it by podcast, so you don't even see you. But why don't you tell our podcast listeners what's going on?
I'm just here with Rob getting horny.
Hey, now. You mean I'm wearing? Oh, I forgot that I'm wearing one too. I'm getting horny. The Vikings, the podcast listeners, we got the horn on our cap, Vikings cap. It says, "Let's get horny."
So I went a little shirtless for you.
You went shirtless, and
yeah.
And we dressed up the occasion. We got our Vikings ties.
You know who this guy is, Rob?
Yeah, that's 2 Minute Tommy Kramer.
Come on, yep.
Number
You're right.
9. 2 Minute Tommy.
My grandmother would be proud of you.
Tell our audience why your grandma, of all people, would be proud of you. Oh, by the way, Andy, congratulations. You're the first guest that's actually provided the host with an outfit to wear during the interview. Thanks, Andy, for how many ties we got? 1, 2, 3 Vikings ties, a Vikings cap.
Anyway, you're welcome, Rob. You're welcome.
Grandma.
Granny. I called her by Granny.
Okay.
That's why I have a soft spot for your Minnesota Vikings. She was a diehard. I just wish they would have went to the Super Bowl. She could have saw them win a Super Bowl before she left this planet.
Well, if there's any consolation, Andy, she might have had to live to about 285. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But yeah, for all our podcast listeners, just imagine watching like a Steelers-Browns game. It's like 22 degrees. Then they'll pan into the crowd. And then there's the guys without the shirts, and they usually got paint on their face, and they're acting crazy. Oh, by the way, how did your recent LASIK surgery go? I don't know. I don't know if it took too well.
I don't know. That's why I had problems today dressing myself. I couldn't see.
Hey,
walked into a few doors and walls on the way.
Yeah. Hey, before we proceed, because we can't use up our words, because anyone that's familiar with the Collector's Chat knows that there's a game we play. It's called You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, a word used in everyday conversation, and this duck will come down. And the secret word will be on the back. Quack, quack, says Andy. So you haven't said it yet. And if you do, during our conversation, say the secret word, these will be yours. Rock stars.
Whoa.
Open pack. Familiar with these, Andy?
I am. I bought a few of them for my son. I think I even sent you a couple packs.
I think you may have, and rest assured, this is not the pack that you sent me. I have a bunch of them. I love these. We ripped them on our last collector's chat with Rip and Raven Rock. If you didn't get a chance to see that, it's awesome. Okay.
I actually subbed to both of them after I watched you. You're probably the biggest reason why I've subbed to most of my channels.
Well, that's the reason. I appreciate that, Andy. That's the reason. One of the big reasons is I do this collector's chat is just to expose the other community members to other channels that there's a lot of people that know about you or know about your channel, but how well do they actually know the real Andy's Attic? So we're going to find out. Let's just make this community grow together, right?
Well, they don't know me well enough. I'm not really a big drinker, but so tonight, just on 1 pounder, I might get a little tipsy. How about that?
Oh, you could be a lightweight, but that's okay. You're sitting down. You're not going to, well, unless you're on a bar stool or something, then you might fall off.
I'm on my computer chair, which is probably worse than a bar stool.
But as they say on those great infomercials, that's not all. We got a second pack.
Ooh.
It's the NHL. And I apologize for the crappy camera. This is a camera on my old computer, but it's gotta suffice, I guess, until I get a new computer. But this is for the podcast listeners, NHL Pro Set 91 to 92. You know how hockey is goofy where they always have to have the dash on their seasons, because it fall to spring, I guess.
Sure, right? Basketball is the same way, right?
Is that right?
Yeah,
they got the dash 2000 whatever to 2000 whatever. Okay, yeah. I mean, for mathematically challenged people like me, it always gets tough, but it is what it is. So those will be your prizes if you say the secret word.
The secret word is
Alrighty.
walking fuss.
Dobre.
Let's do our favorite genie and go.
2 hours later.
Okay, hey, we got more wardrobe changes than Janet Jackson. I just hope nothing slipped there. What do you?
A nip slip.
Well, that is definitely a timely, pertinent T-shirt, Andy.
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
Absolutely. This past week, a hero of mine, and I'm sure a lot of rock fans out there, guitar players. He was one of the biggest influences as far as guitar goes. I've heard a lot of interviews this week from music people from the 60s all the way up to present day who were influenced by Mr. Ace Frehley. Such sad news on his passing. Me and my son just went to see his concert, about a month ago, I think, at the Allentown Fairgrounds in Pennsylvania. My son's a big fan of Kiss and Ace Frehley as well. That's a card I have, a 1978 Donruss. I don't know whether you can see it, but
yeah, spaceman outfit, right?
He's also right up front here on this shirt.
Cool. Alive in 75.
Yeah, I was alive in 75 myself. I was only 5 years old, but so me and my son have been a little devastated. Actually, the last few days, it's been really bumming us out. So,
yeah, it was he was a young man. I mean, relatively speaking, and as I think 73 or
74.
74. So as a person that unfortunately never had the privilege of seeing Kiss in my life, I guess I always had in the back of my mind, oh, they're Kiss, they can't get enough of the marketing and stuff. They'll come back in a couple years. I mean, heck, Paul McCartney's in his early 80s. He's still touring. I thought, well, so I guess this puts the final nail in that, I guess. So.
I also found out over the last few days of watching a lot of videos, which there's some things I didn't know about Ace Frehley as well that I'm still learning. He was a high school dropout. He actually went back for his GED only like several years ago. And he was never taught guitar lessons. He was self-taught, doesn't even know how to read music.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty impressive.
Right. And did you say you saw him? Because I know after or in addition to Kiss, he also had like a solo act that he was doing. Did you see him do that? Or
yes, that's where my son and Jen ended up going like about a month and a half ago down to the Allentown Fair. He played down at the fairgrounds. Quiet Riot and Great White opened up for them, and he came on board. So it was I'm not sure if it was the next to the last but it was one of the last concerts he actually performed. So,
and like you said, he had the musical chops. I mean, to play, in his own band. It kind of reminds me, it's like Beatlesque, where they split up or they were done, but then the members all got and they did their own stuff. I mean, I don't know if Gene Simmons or Paul Stanley, Peter Criss, or whatever, they do stuff, but yeah.
Actually, if anybody wants to have a good laugh, go. There's a video. It's actually the full show of the Tom Snyder show. Do you remember that one or not?
Oh yeah, Tom Snyder. Yeah, I got
he had Kiss on there, and Ace Frehley. At the time, he probably wasn't too sober, but it's hilarious. If anybody wants to go watch it, go watch it.
So Ace Frehley, Tom Snyder interview.
Yep.
He'll come up. No, I'll give that one a watch. That should be good. No, I mean, I feel bad for the younger fans, especially like your son. And goes without saying, I mean, I say my own, my sob story, like, oh, I didn't see him. Yeah, but he's a real person. So of course, condolences go out to the Frehley family. Was Frehley his real name?
Frehley. His real name is Paul. I think he said Paul. Because I wasn't even sure, to be honest with you. Even though I'm a Kiss fan, I wasn't up to date on a lot of stuff. But pretty sure, I think he said in the one interview his real name was Paul. But it's Frehley is how you pronounce the last name.
Okay, but his stage name, you'd always pronounce it Frehley, right? Or am I saying it wrong? Frehley or?
Well, no, he said just it doesn't matter to him as long as people say his name, is what he said in the one interview.
I suppose if you look at the spelling, you're right. It is Frehley.
He said, I don't care how they pronounce my name as long as they just are saying my name. So,
yeah. And I guess it depends if you have like a Minnesota accent like myself, or a Pittsburgh or a Pennsylvania accent like some people I know. I mean, it all depends on who's talking.
What's funny is I never realized we had an accent until I went to the Jersey Shore the one year, and we were hanging out, getting ready to do like a lip syncing thing in a studio with the band thing. And these two ladies came up to me and my buddies and said, "You are from Pennsylvania, aren't you?" Like, how do you know? Here, they were from Pennsylvania too, and they could tell by our accent the way we were talking.
That's perfect.
So it was pretty neat.
Yeah, well, I think the Collector's Chat, has been built on guests with accents.
And she'd go, "Oh, you didn't have breakfast?" "Oh, no." And I'd eat her Frosted Flakes. So I was manipulating family members to get more cards.
So there you go. So yeah, Kiss, rest in peace. But I hope, they will live forever. We're losing our rock stars. It seems like one by one.
Oh, Ozzy
and
yeah, we're losing some good ones.
Yep, quite a band in heaven right now. But yeah. So Andy, Attic.
Yes, my friend.
What in the world? Or how in the world did you come up with that name, Andy? Is there an Andy's Attic somewhere, or are you recovering from something?
We do have an attic, Rob, but that's not the one I'm talking about, really. I chose it, and I know we spoke about this once before. I did want to choose Andyland because I did a project back in school once, and I named it Andyland.
Andy, isn't that the name of your OnlyFans channel?
That is.
Andyland.
For
Oh,
anybody
okay.
out there that wants to hand me some money, I need some bill money.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that at the end when I have you shout out, where people can find you. We'll talk about that. But.
All right. Anyway, I decided to go with Andy's attic just for the double meaning. We all have an attic. I know a lot of kids, including me, store their baseball cards, sports cards in the attic, or where their mom found them and threw them out at one time. And I also look at my head, my thoughts as the attic. I always say, nobody lives rent free in my attic. So I have a double meaning, because I have my own thoughts of my own and stuff, Rob. So thinking all the time.
Yeah, well, that's deeper than I thought it was going to be. So there really there's not an attic where you have cards and stuff.
I do have monster boxes of cards up in my attic, actually, and I try not to go up there too often.
Hence the double meaning, I guess. I'm slow.
Right. Right. Like I say, two's always better than one. So
there it is. Ding, ding, ding. That's his catchphrase, ladies and gentlemen. Two is better than one.
Two's better than one.
So in your attic, can you actually, is it finished? Is there insulation, or can you walk, or is it more like is it more like the Christmas Vacation attic? What's the dude's name? I'm blanking it. Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, Rob.
Yeah, no, we're two old guys thinking
our minds aren't like they used to be.
Yeah, no, I think we can edit this out, but let's see. Let me think. What's the character's name? Vacation.
2 hours later.
John Jaja. Oh, Alexa, who played in Vacation movies?
Ed Helms, Christina Applegate, Skylar Gazondo, Steele Stebbins, Chris Hemsworth, Leslie Mann, and Chevy Chase were in the cast.
Okay, they say Chevy Chase. She says like eighth, like he's like the last character. Alexa, what was the character's name that Chevy Chase played?
Clark.
Oh, the Griswolds.
Clark Griswold. Clark.
All right, Alexis, shut up.
The finest replacement window that money can buy. These people know what they want. Why? Because before they bought replacement windows, they sent for this free book. It's got all the questions answered on prime replacement windows, and they're going to find peace of mind with Super Sage Window Company. So if you're serious about replacement windows, call 583-4855, and I'll send you this book. Better yet, I'll bring it myself. We'll get serious together. Call Super Sash at 583-4855. Super Sash.
So Andy's got it. Okay, let's try to resume. So are you up in the attic? Is your attic like a Christmas Vacation one where Clark Griswold is up there and he gets trapped?
And he falls through the floorboards.
He's going through his stuff, and have you ever been trapped in your attic and then like gone through your cards and like just started crying because you got so emotional? Or is your attic that type of attic?
If I got trapped in my attic and all I had was to go through cards, I think I'd be pretty happy, Rob. I don't think I'd cry a tear. But
it was happy tears, though. Happy tears.
My attic is not very spacious. In order to stand as tall as you can, I guess you have to be right in the A-frame. So you got to pitch,
Okay. So you got to crouch down.
Break my back a little bit when I go up there, yeah.
And do you have to stand on the beams, or else you'll come through the ceiling a la Clark Griswold?
No, not at all.
Okay. So you do it. Okay. Aside from all my silliness, you do have cards up there.
I do.
Awesome.
That's my insulation, actually.
And don't worry. I mean, we're only going to talk about how you came up with your channel name just for the next 45 minutes or so. So no.
That's fine.
So
I got all
watching. No worries there. No,
I'm all right.
you're just a young child, 5 years old. You're at your first Kiss concert. Are you a sports fan at this time of your life yet, or
No, I wasn't at a Kiss concert at 5 years old, but
what? That's
no,
where you got your shirt. You just got one of those really, really big ones, so someday it would fit you.
right. I grow into it. I finally did. Actually, I had a chance to go to a Kiss concert when I was about 8 years old. I was in third grade,
Oh, shame on me. I was only 3 years off.
and my buddy and his dad were going to take me, but my parents wouldn't let me go.
Oh,
Figure that one.
they
Because I
didn't
wasn't.
want they didn't want you turning into Satan at 8. They should you should at least wait till you're 10 or 11.
Yeah, they just didn't want me being around it. They didn't know his father, so they didn't want me being with a stranger.
Oh, okay. No, that's very, very smart. Very good.
Now, my grandma, on the other hand, my granny, I used, to
Vikings
get,
fan.
I used to get yelled at by her once in a while. She didn't yell at me often, but I remember being at her house and turning MTV on once, and Kiss came on with I Love It Loud. And she was in the kitchen and yelled, screamed down the hallway, "You better turn that," I don't want to curse, but
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
thought
this
that
is
would be
a
a-
family. This is a family friendly chat. We only had one issue, and I really had to edit the heck out of it. When Picker Jim S was on here, it was bleep 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 and a lot of violence and stuff. So yeah, so we only saw about half of what we actually talked
So
about.
he pushed his wife down the steps or what?
Well, that was unfortunate.
I've always been a Bruins fan, but I've always had a soft spot in my.
No, I'm just Picker Jim S. Cheer. Yeah, let's give Picker Jim S a cheer.
Let's give Picker Jim. Picker Jim's my buddy too.
Yep, he's your buddy also. Hey, another guy I mentioned that I think is your buddy. I mentioned him in the open, Rev Steve, because he's a fellow Pirate guy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We do a little bit of communication back and forth. I've actually become, besides you, Rob Cash Cards, I've actually been in contact with quite a bit. And there's another guy, I'm not sure if you're aware of him. His name's Gannon from SGA 59. We talk probably every Saturday, Sunday, we talk for a couple hours at a time.
Yeah, well, just to answer those questions, Rob Cash Cards, him and Dave, because I had the two Reds fans on, they were both on the collector's chat. And Gannon hasn't been on the chat yet. Him and I recently kind of found each other. I think he found me first and subscribed to me. I subscribed back as I am wont to do. But Mr. Gannon actually he participated. I'll give a shameless plug for my 500 milestone sub contest in which Mr. Gannon submitted a lineup. So he's qualified, as did yourself, Andy. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. I enjoy I don't know, me, Rob, my plate's overfilled at times with working night shift, Jen working day shift with, I have to stay up extra hours and watch Sadie. So I don't have a lot of time. So I hope all the people that I do VRs for, they appreciate it, because I don't think too many people understand. I only get about 2 hours of sleep a day during the work week. So it's a little rough.
I feel ya. No, not that I only get 2 hours sleep, but it does get overwhelming. There's lots of VRs available. I get that, but I do think mine is probably the most important one in the community. No, I only joke, but
I definitely loved your concept and had fun doing it.
No, I've had fun watching these come in. It's great. I've always been a lineup guy. I just like I told I chatted with the angry old man. His name is Ed. You know angry old man.
I know it,
right?
Yep.
Right.
He's
a Stratomatic baseball player himself, and that's where I got kind of the affinity for making lineups, playing Stratomatic. So I just always like the minutia, the logic, and all that stuff of putting a lineup in. So it's fun to see everyone's lineup with their cards. You know what I'd really like to do, I'm sorry I'm making this more about me than you, Andy, but I'd love, and there's a way, I'm just probably way too lazy. I'd love to take these lineups and you could play Stratomatic with those lineups and, get an outcome, or just put it like in a one of those computer simulated things and just actually see who's going to win these games, because man,
I was thinking the same thing with the simulator. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So anyway, so I think we're up to you're 8 years old. You can't go to a kiss, although, you would have, except they didn't trust the other parents or whatever. But now, when did you start? You're into music, but are you also into sports as well at this point of your life, Andy?
I know. Actually, it's a good time to tell this story.
That's why we're here.
I was gonna actually make a video on it probably during the football season, but it was probably like third grade. I was sitting in a classroom, and they had those old wooden flip top, desks that you sat in. Do you remember that?
I only thought you looked like you're 84 years old, and maybe no.
On a walker, yeah.
You're talking like you'd see on Little House on the Prairie or something. Those little wood desks with the
it would flip up. You'd have boogers.
I know what you're talking about. I had those too.
Right,
all your crap inside there.
The ones with the gum and the boogers, the old boogers stuck under them and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, just one day I'm sitting there and I decided to open it up, and I looked down and there was football cards. And I remember exactly what football cards they were. It was a 1978 Roger Staubach.
Ooh, I know that one.
And a 1975 playoff card. I think it was the Vikings in Dallas.
Okay, the Drew Pearson push-off play.
Right. So I seen those two cards, and at that time I had gotten a pack. My parent or my mom or whoever, I know I didn't buy it, a pack of Kiss cards. So that's all I had was a pack of Kiss cards, like maybe 4 or 5 cards, whatever was in the pack. And so this was my first time ever even seeing football cards in the raw, you know what I mean? Like in the flesh. So it was probably like a year later when I was at the A&P. I don't know if you just had any A&P markets out there back in the day, but it was a grocery store.
5 and dime.
No, this was like a regular grocery store, kind of like Lane Co. or, much smaller than Walmart, but you had all your produce and whatnot in the store.
I've heard of it. I don't mean to throw you a curveball, Andy, but what does A&P stand for? Do you know?
I think Atlantic and Pacific, but I'm not positive. Okay. I'm not positive, to be honest with you.
That might make sense.
Put us to the test at A&P. In our meats, groceries, our fruits and vegetables, we're gonna measure up.
Or I'll give you your money back. If it doesn't meet your standards, you shouldn't have to pay for it. And that includes everything we sell, including great weekly specials like these.
Fully cooked shank portion smoked ham, 79 cents a pound. 8 o'clock coffee, a 3-pound bag for $7.99. And A&P instant dry milk, a 4-pound carton for $3.49 through Saturday.
That actually chain went under probably when I was in maybe a couple years later, probably 12 years old, 13 years old. But anyway, we're going through the checkout counter, and my dad, he didn't buy me much or anything like that. And I think I was just bugging him just a little bit too much. And he gave in. And he bought me a grocery pack of 79 Topps football.
Boy.
And I actually been trying to remember what cards I had out of that grocery pack and add them to my box of PSA graded cards that I showed last year. I do definitely remember the Wilbert Montgomery rookie, and the James Lofton rookie was the other one.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what got me started. And then I guess the following year, because at that point I was into Star Wars, I was into Kiss.
Sure. Great time to be a kid.
Absolutely. And I had so many Star Wars figures, it wasn't even funny. Even the ones they had to cut the UPCs off and send in.
Oh, wow.
And I made my worst trade of a lifetime back in 1981. A buddy down the street had a partial set of the 1981 Topps.
Mm-hmm.
Might have needed maybe 50 to 100 cards yet to complete it. And I traded him all my Star Wars figures for that partial set.
Yeah. They were out of the box though. Maybe hang your hat on that. They weren't still in the box.
It's why I don't trade it really anymore.
Oh.
You're lucky you got that trade off me.
Well, since you brought it up, yeah, Andy and I are both big fans of Daryl Giordano, Mr. 95 Cents. And as you all are aware of who follow Daryl's show,
forget about it.
Yeah, who follow Daryl's channel, I should say, he does a show twice a week, and for every show he does, he gives away 4 items. And I was watching, I think it was the order where I was watching Andy win, and I'll say who it is. Andy will show the card on his channel on one of his upcoming videos, so I don't want to steal his thunder. But you don't mind who I say who the card is? Okay. It's Ken Griffey Jr. Is who I pulled. Okay. Reverse. Put on the brakes. Andy, he got drawn and he won a George Brett. And I'm like, man, George Brett, that's one of my favorite players growing up. Speaking of 1981, that George Brett card, because the year before in 1980, he chased 400, ended up with a paltry 390. But so I became a fan of his. That 81 Topps was the chase card. I think at the time it was worth $1 in 82. And now here in 2025, I think it's still worth $1, but it didn't appreciate too much. But I thought, hey, that's a great card. Well, then when Mr. 95 Cents pulled my ticket out of his famous raffle box, I got the honor of winning a Ken Griffey Jr. And then what did you say when you saw that Ken Griffey Jr.?
I actually messaged, I think, on the comments and said that I would love to have that Griffey Jr. for my PC.
That's exactly what you did. And then we said, hey, I've got that card, that Ken Griffey Jr. You got the George Brett. Let's make a trade. And Andy sent this. I'm just opening it now. It's got a nice, as my mic fell, he got a nice letter with it. And you threw in some extras, it looks like, huh?
Yes,
Mr. Dan Gladden and Mr. Who is that one? Is that Gladden too? A couple Gladdens. Looks like a couple Gladdens. But the center piece to this, and it's not going to come up very good because it's one of these holograms, which is a real cool card. Just doesn't translate well on camera, especially on my crappy camera in the dark. But it's a George Brett hologram. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I wrote something on that paper too.
Yeah, you sure did. It's an upper deck, by the way, for all the listeners. Yeah, you wrote something on the back. Is that what you're referring to, Andy?
I think so.
Hey, Rob. This is the first trade I've done since 81 when I traded all my. No, I'm just kidding.
That's true.
Is that what you wrote? Hope all is well. I threw in some extras from the beach rip.
The beach rip.
And beyond. Hope you enjoy. Thanks, sweetie. Oh no, it says thanks, Andy. Andy's at it. What's the beach rip?
You don't remember that one? When I was on vacation, I actually did a Rob Cash Cards style generic video of how he does with the music and rips packs.
Oh yeah, I do, but there's a lot of people that may not have seen it, so you must explain it for them, of course, because I've never missed a second of your fine content.
I know, Rob. We're each other's fans.
Go ahead. So yeah, that's the beach rip.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, I thank you, sir. George Brett has found a good home, and it just goes to show, never say never. You can always make a trade. And you should.
Absolutely.
And you should make trades, Andy, because the flip side is you're so dang generous, which is good for us. you'll just send us stuff. I mean, the cards that Andy has sent me the last couple months, it's unbelievable. I refer back to some of my videos to show a lot of relic cards, jersey patch card, the whole gamut. So I really vintage, modern. I really appreciate it, Andy. You got a big heart in this community.
Well, thank you, Rob. I love doing that. It's just the type of person I am. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for this surgery, I'd probably be getting a few more out this, coming week or whatever. I have some people in mind that I do want to send some gifts to. So I prefer to do it as a surprise. And there's some people I don't actually have their addresses. I might have to reach out to some people that do, and I'm not even sure if they'd be willing to give me the addresses. But yeah, so I always enjoy doing stuff like that. A lot of the stuff I have 2, 3, 4 of that card. Other than the relics and stuff like I sent you, Rob, but I just felt they would fit better in your collection.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'll give you a opportunity at the end to shut out that, and I'll put it in the description, if it's okay, that email address that people can get hold of you for,
Absolutely.
and probably send you some prayers and well wishes. When you say the S word, surgery, I know a lot of people may, kind of, oh, what is that? But I don't know how deep you want to get into it, but it's not like a real serious stuff, is it? Or
we can get into it if you want. I could try to explain it. There's a lot I really don't even understand. I originally went for a CT scan. My doctor sent me for a CT scan because I've been having a lot of stomach pain a couple months ago or whatever. And I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought here.
You get the surgery.
Anyway, they sent me for the CT scan. They made an appointment with the surgeon, called me. I went to talk to the surgeon because originally it was supposed to be they found several gallstones in my gallbladder.
Mm-hmm. Painful. That's painful.
Absolutely. Well, when I went to see the surgeon, he said that the CT scan doesn't show the stones as well, but I had a double hernia. So, long story short, he wants to do the double hernia surgery first and then have my doctor prescribe a ultrasound, which he said will show the gallbladder better. I don't know. I'm only saying what they're telling me, so that's what's going on. So I'll be going in for a double hernia surgery next Thursday.
Well, prayers with you, Andy, but I'm sure you'll come out like a champ, better than before, stronger, faster, better eyesight. They can rebuild you.
I would.
Right. No, that's cool. Seems like the hobby community is like any life, any community. It's life. There's people having surgeries and having medical issues and challenges in life, and we all as a community come together and support each other. So yeah, it'll be good.
Actually, I guess about a week and a half ago, maybe Dean, 238th Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great name, channel name.
He reached out to me, asking, oh, what the heck did I just do? Can you see that on your screen?
No, I can see you fine.
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
I hit a button on my keyboard.
Yeah, well, I did knock my mic over earlier, so we're all good.
But Dean reached out to me through text, asking me if he could send me something or to check my mailbox on Friday or whatever. And actually, he was sending me a little care package, just pre-surgery care package, which was really thoughtful, and I really appreciated it. Just the fact that somebody was thinking about me, was good enough for me. But
there you go.
I made I included it in one of my recent videos, what he sent me. And lo and behold, I go to my mailbox today, and
oh,
speaking of devil, Gannon
Ah.
Yeah, and I'm going to give him a shout out right now.
Throw his address.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's great. We'll blur it out.
I don't know if you can see it anyway. He writes pretty sloppy.
Yeah. That's fine. Hey,
And
everyone, we're gonna actually post Gannon's all his social security, credit card, and stuff later. So get your paper and pencil ready.
Gannon was a teacher. You'd think he'd know how to write better. No,
he's a teacher. I didn't know that.
I think he was a music teacher. I'm not sure what else he taught, but we talked pretty often.
There's a lot of teachers in the community. Are you aware of Tripolic X? He does those history cards.
No, but I do know of a few teachers in the community, like
sports card ripping teacher.
Well, Jason at the Basement Collector.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty sure he's a teacher. There's a few that I know.
Yeah. Shout out to all the teachers out there.
But yeah, Gannon sent me this today. I was surprised. I kind of texted him before we got on and yelled at him a little bit, saying, "What did you do?" But he said it's a 52 manual. So no, he said it wasn't. Said it wasn't a 52 manual, but no. But I really appreciate this community, and I like surprises just like anybody else.
And wait a minute, I thought you were going to open it right here on our channel to make breaking news. No, I'm kidding. Stay tuned for Andy, and with that surgery coming up, who knows? That could be later than sooner. I don't know. Hopefully, it'll be sooner than later. But it's a win-win. The surgery goes great, and you're back better than ever, or it doesn't go so good, and maybe this video goes viral. So whatever, it's a win-win. No,
that's true.
I'm only joking.
Rob, because of this video, I'll live forever, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Keep drinking whatever you're drinking, and you'll be pickled. And
I got my skull mug. You see him for skull mug?
Okay. Yeah, that's appropriate with the Halloween coming up. So now let's see, it's 81. So Mr. Andy Attic is 11 years old. So you've discovered your first cards, and that kind of planted that gave you the collecting bug there. Is that what happened?
From the 81 Topps baseball, I kind of went to the top stickers because they were cheaper, and I like sticking them in the albums.
Hey now.
Oh.
So I was buying a lot of them that first year that they were out, and then I just continued. Obviously, as a kid, you don't have much money, so I would get maybe $2-3 allowance for taking the garbage out and doing the dishes, cleaning my room, such things like that. And just about every penny I earned went towards buying baseball cards or football cards. So,
and what were they, 35 cents back then, or a quarter?
I know the packs of stickers were like 10 cents or 15 cents, something like that. But I'm pretty sure the packs were like 30 cents or 35 cents.
Yep, you bet. And the rest is history, right? You've been collecting. Have you taken any? Oh, that's just before we move forward with the sports cards. How about just as were you a sports fan as well or did collecting cards kind of make you a sports fan?
No, I actually was a sports fan prior to that. I didn't know too many players. In 1976 was the first year I really knew anything about sports. Mm-hmm. It was the bowl game that Tony Dorsett, the Pitt won the national championship against Georgia. And I watched Tony Dorsett. And then obviously the next year, Dallas drafted him and he went into the pros. But that was my first experience with sports, even on television, that I could remember.
And for those listening to the podcast, Mr. Andy's wearing a Pitt Panthers cap he had the dark sunglasses around the above the visor, but
that was for Drew cheap shots, clean shots.
Oh, what's the reason? Because of the sunglasses?
We like to go back and forth a little, but he likes to bust my butt because the first time he saw me wearing them, he says that OSHA, it's against OSHA policy to wear dark safety glasses indoors. So we've just been going back and forth a little bit about some stuff. it's calmed down a little bit. I figured he might show up with a pizza delivery one of these days, so I kind of toned it down.
Okay, so Pitt Panthers, Tony Dorsett. Now, when he first came up, I think some people called him Tony Dorson, and then it was Dorsett. Do you know about that controversy?
It was a different pronunciation, but I'm not sure if it was exactly what you said. I think it was.
Cut his mic, producer. Cut Andy's mic. He's disagreeing with the no. Hey, I make many mistakes. My memory says it was Dorson, but put in the comments Dorsett, Dorson, or other.
Tony Dorsett is pronounced Dorset emphasis on the first syllable, which is a change he made from his original pronunciation of Dorset emphasis on the second syllable. He reportedly changed the pronunciation because he liked the sound of it and believed it sounded more respectable, especially after a sportscaster pronounced it that way in college.
Dorsett, they started calling me TD for Tony D and for a touchdown.
Yeah, I only know him by Dorsett. I'm pretty sure John Mangini might have explained it to one time or said something about it to one time when I was watching him. Gotcha. But I can't remember exactly what it was pronounced.
Yeah, he's the other Pittsburgh guy.
When I talk oddball, it is amazing the passion that comes at me.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got
that's your college experience. Do you have any Tony Dorsett cards?
I actually do.
Of course you do.
I have a little bit of everything, Rob. You know me. Now, if I could only find them.
I'm just trying to get you to say the secret word, so keep talking.
All right. So I didn't want to pull all my Dorsetts that I have because I almost have a full run, and I was going to show most of that during the football season at one point. But this is a 1982 top sticker.
Oh, pretty.
I don't know how good it's showing up on there, but.
No, I like it. It's got that yellow border.
Yep. 1982 top sticker. And then, you know how I'm always saying two's better than one, Rob?
Better than one.
There
I got two of these. These are pretty, I don't want to say rare, but they're hard to come by. And I ended up, once I saw both of them on there at separate times, I decided to pick both of them up.
I'm not familiar with those, Andy. So for the podcast listeners, what cards are those? It looks like they're black and white.
Yes, they're 1982 Cowboys. Is it Carrollton Park or Carlton? I think it's Carrollton Park. I think it's a mall in Texas somewhere. If I'm not mistaken, I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure it's a mall in Texas somewhere. Maybe Justin, Three Good Nerds, or somebody could let us know where that's at. Because he's a Cowboys fan, I think, too, right?
He sure is. Are those rare cards? They seem like they would be rare.
I think they are pretty. I don't know about rare, but I know you don't see them often. I've looked for these. They have other players, too, like Roger Staubach and Randy White and stuff like that. I've missed out on a Randy White. I'm a big Randy White fan as well, even though he didn't go to Pitt. I like vintage players and old
Robert
players.
Newhouse.
Robert Newhouse.
He's got the biggest thighs you'd ever see. Robert Newhouse.
Oh, absolutely. I remember my granny actually used to say about them all the time. They're like tree trunks, she used to say.
As big as my waist, I'm sure, each of them.
Yep.
What they were PSA graded, Andy? What were they different grades?
Yeah, one's an 8 and one's a 9, but in my opinion, I think they look very similar.
What do you think of these?
Similar? So I don't know. You could judge for yourself if you could see them. Here's I'll show the 9 first.
Yeah,
you could see it.
Maybe a tad off, maybe a hair off center, but not much.
And I thought this one looked almost exact, to be honest with you.
Yeah, pretty much does. Probably came from the press, and one grader maybe didn't get quite. One grader only got 2 hours sleep like you normally do, and the other grader didn't. Who knows? But I have noticed as a fan of your channel, Andy, that the cards you show are just in immaculate shape. I mean, you show most of your grades, I feel like they're 7 is on the low end. You show 8s, 9s.
Most of them honestly were bought before the boom, so they were a little cheaper back then.
Yeah.
When COVID hit or whatever, it was just they went through the roof. Obviously, we all know that. But so most of the cards I have that are higher grades either were before the boom or I actually sent in myself because I belonged to PSA for about a 2.5 years span back between 2016 and 18 or something like that.
Wow.
So I used to send in like 50 to 100 cards at a time.
Yeah.
And get them graded when they had their rates were lower. They would have specials like, let's just say 20 card minimum, $8 a card to get graded. I would send in like 40 to 100 cards, at $8 a piece to get them graded. And that's where I got most of them. I mean, I still pick up some higher graded cards if it's at a good price. So if I see an ungraded card and a PSA, let's just say 8, for instance, and there's only a $10 difference between the ungraded and the graded, I'm going with the graded.
Yeah.
I like the way they present in the slab.
Yeah.
I used to joke around a little bit with people that didn't like slabs and say, you wouldn't put a Monet or a Picasso. You'd pick a nice looking frame for it, right? So
yeah,
that's how I look at it. I do have probably 90% of my collection is ungraded.
Ungraded.
Yeah, ungraded.
Yeah. Well, let me throw this into the mix. So, well, for one thing, what I like about PSA, you kind of got that authenticity thing, especially on the vintage cards, because you don't know if people are trimming them or whatever. So then you got that. Not that PSA is 100% foolproof, but at least you have that going for you. And then with your cards, your graded cards, so you're not talking, they're all necessarily organically your cards, like when you bought them from the store, you've actually bought them already in the slab and later in life, correct, Andy?
I would say probably at least 50% of my PSA graded cards were from my personal collection.
Okay, then let me ask you this then, Andy. So let's just go back. So 79 is when you really first started going to the store and buying packs?
Not when I went buying packs. It was probably 81, 82. Yeah.
Okay. So you're about 11. So what I'm getting at, so you're buying the packs and you must have kept them in really good shape. I think plastic sheets, if I recall, they were around 80, 81 and stuff. So were you one of these kids that were opening them and putting them right in plastic, or what? How were you taking care of them so well?
Well, when I first started collecting, not so well. I put them in, I don't know if you remember the old government cheese boxes.
Yeah, like Velveeta and stuff.
Yeah, they would fit perfect in there. So I would put them in there. I would keep them in. I would always try to get the last pack or two out of the box at the store so I could take the box home with me and keep them stored in that. So, yeah, I had some in pages, but not many.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very fortunate as far as even my 81 Topps football that I had in a government cheese box at one time. When I first found out the Joe Montana rookie card was pretty high as far as value went, I was just curious because I knew I had a cheese box full of these 81 Topps, and that's all I had.
Yeah.
I literally pulled 3 Montana rookie cards out of that cheese box that I didn't even know I had at the time. And out of all the cards in there, they were probably in the best shape of the other ones. The other ones all looked kind of well loved, and these ones weren't really touched. I sent one in the PSA, or actually 2. I got a 7 and an 8, sold the 7.
7 and 8.
And I still got one in my set that's ungraded.
So the cheese box served you pretty well.
Yeah.
But your OCD, as far as, because talk about how you triple protect your cards now. So that came about in later life?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I always protected my cards as far as a soft sleeve and a top loader. But I never thought about the sealing them until literally until I started having kids with Jen, like, 12 years ago, because there could be a drink on the table and they get knocked over or whatever. So I felt it was just added protection just in case.
Right.
The company I get them from right now is out of stock, or I would have ordered about another 1,000 of them because I'm out of them. But right now they're out of stock. They're on back order. So I'm just waiting for them to come in so I could order another 1,000 of those.
So let me backtrack to 76. Tony Dorsett, he's tearing it up for the Panthers. There is another, it's a professional team that had a pretty nice 76 football season, didn't they?
Yeah. That was the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think you're talking about, right? Or are you talking about the Vikings?
No, I'm talking about, I saw a movie. It came out, I think, in the 80s at some point. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Black Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And it basically chronicles the backstory is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Dallas Cowboys. That was, of course, the bicentennial year, if I could talk. And that Super Bowl was played in quiz. Do you know where that Super Bowl was?
No, I can't remember.
Okay. I've seen the movie many times. That's why I know. Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami.
I was going to say Miami.
Yeah.
But
are you familiar with that movie, Black Sunday?
No, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, do yourself a favor after we're done with the chat. Go to your Blockbuster and go rent it, because to me it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's basically, not to spoil it, but a blimp crashes into Joe Robbie Stadium. They call it Black Sunday, but actually I think it holds up today because it's kind of about the Israeli and the Israel Palestine. Thank you. That conflict.
There are 22,000 darts in the kill zone for 80,000 people.
The National Football League welcomes you to Miami's Orange Bowl in the championship of professional football.
What exactly is this Super Bowl?
Are you out of your mind?
Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire. And Tom, you can feel the pressure building up all week. So here we go. Super Bowl is underway.
By God, here it comes.
Corley to stadium, Corley to stadium. Signal red alert. Get the president out of the stadium.
Shoot the thing down! You can't shoot it down. It's filled with helium.
We are going to kill the pilot. If anything happens to me, you use this on the backup fuse.
It's going right into the stadium!
Black Sunday. It could be tomorrow.
And sadly, it hasn't changed in, ever. So, but anyway, enough of me talking about that. But that is definitely commenting collectors movie pick of the month. Although I'd say during this season, people are going to be watching their Halloween movies. But maybe and that's a good movie to bust out January 1st. Yeah, because that's when they used to play Super Bowls back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
My first Super Bowl I remember is Dallas and Pittsburgh. I think the 78 one.
Okay.
They won back-to-back 75 and 76 and then 78 and 79, right? Or was it 79 and 80? 79 and 80, I think it was. Because Dallas won in 77, right?
That basically is that's a great question. I can't remember. I think so. I think you're right on that one.
I'm pretty sure Steelers went back-to-back 75 and 76 and 78 and 79.
Okay. So what you're saying is the Steelers and Cowboys played in 76 and they played again in 78?
Yeah, because 79 would have been the Rams and Steelers, and I think 75 was Minnesota and Pittsburgh, right?
So where were we? Oh yeah. So you're a Steelers fan at this point, obviously, and then 79.
Well, actually, I've been a Raiders fan my whole life, but being in Pennsylvania, I had a lot of buddies that were Steelers fans. So I remember Mangini used to tease me because I would ask him a question like, if I'm a Raiders fan, but I collect Steelers players cards, does that make me a Steelers fan? Because I used to joke with him saying I was a closet Steelers fan.
Boy.
But I guess because they're in Pennsylvania, I'd rather the Steelers be a Steelers fan than an Eagles fan. But yeah, I'm actually a Raiders fan, but I collect a lot more Steelers stuff than I do Raiders, to be honest. It's just more available around my area too.
What's more available? Raiders?
No, Steelers stuff.
Well, then I think myself and our listeners are dying to know. So it's not like you're a long-suffering Browns fan or something that, okay, I'm going to be a Raiders fan because they're good. I mean, the Steelers are right up there, Steel Curtain and all the history, Mean Joe Green, throwing the kid a jersey, all that stuff.
Please, take him out.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help? I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good. Makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to say,
hey kid,
the whole world is smiling with me. Coca-Cola as life. Have a Coke and
thanks, Mean Joe.
But now you're a Raiders fan? What? Talk about that. Did you get dropped on your head or what?
No, what happened was some would, debate that, but lead paint and power wires going around. But but anyway, what happened was knowing me now, I always like to walk to the beat of my own drum.
Okay.
So
loose cannon, some might say.
That's right, loose cannon. You're not allowed to do this no more, though. I just gave you the guns. You're not allowed to do that no more. But anyway, everybody. I mean, there might have been a few Eagles fans here and there, but it was Steelers and Dallas. Steelers and Dallas. Everybody in my class, everybody in the school, teachers, whatever. And I just didn't want to be like everybody else. So I actually asked my granny, who was one of the Steelers' biggest rivals, and she actually told me the Oakland Raiders, because they would meet up in the playoffs and stuff. So I became an
rivals.
Yeah, I became an Oakland Raiders fan.
Mean Joe, please take my Coke.
No.
No, really, I'm a Raiders fan.
Okay.
My name's Andy. I play joke. I go pee-pee in your Coke.
It didn't do me no good. We won, you know what I mean? With Steelers won 4 in the dynasty years of the 70s. So,
that's awesome. No, hey, what do they call independent thinking? Is that's you're not tied to group think. That's actually you're a rebel with a cause.
Actually, because the Phillies and Mets are actually more popular where I live than the Pirates are.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by that. Tell me, it has something to do with a network
Yeah,
broadcasting?
years ago, before streaming and all that direct TV and stuff like that, when we only had 10 channels or whatever it was,
Yeah.
we only got the New York stations, which was pretty sure it was WPIX 11. And then you had WG something. It was New York. It was Channel 9 at the time. They played the Met. They had the Mets on all the time. And we got the Philly channel. So I only got to see my Pirates when they played the Mets or the Phillies.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I became a fan of them probably a year before they went to the World Series in '79. I had a buddy. We used to play wiffle ball a little bit. And he actually gave me a couple Dave Parker cards and a couple Willie Stargell cards that I actually, when you had that contest for, I'm sorry, the first one you got into when I was still only commenting for the
show me your trashy cards.
Trashy cards, because everybody's giving you a slack about trashy cards, but I thought it was great. But anyway, you let me comment, send it to you in an email.
Yeah.
And they were some of the story. One of the stories was that of the wiffle ball incident where a guy I played wiffle ball with, and he was a Phillies fan. He was maybe 2 or 3 years even older than me, but he gave me a couple cards of the Pirates, and I fell in love with them.
Well, 79, as we go chronological order, talk about We Are Family.
We Are Family. I was 9 years old. As a kid, I don't remember everything about it.
Yeah.
I watched it years later. I actually bought the set of DVDs. They're commercial free, but they played a whole game. Howard Cosell and Don Drysdale, I'm pretty sure, were the announcers for that one.
ABC Sports presents the 1979 World Series. From Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the National League champion Pittsburgh Pirates against the American League champion Baltimore Orioles. This ABC Sports exclusive is brought to you by B.F. Goodrich. We're the other guys, the leader in high performance.
I remember being, muddy, sloppy, in Baltimore, a couple games or whatever, and it was Three River Stadium for the Pirates. So, but I definitely remember that game 7. We came back from, I think it was 3-1 we were down.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that.
We came back.
Against the Orioles, right?
Yeah. Pop Stargell led the way and had a heck of a playoff and a heck of a World Series.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was, do you know how old he was that year in 79? Was he like 42 or something, or was he
I want to say probably like 38 or 39.
Yeah. And isn't it funny, because he was like 38, 39, and he was Pop Stargell. Now here we are in our 50s, and he was way younger than that, but yet he was Pop Stargell, and he won. He was actually technically co-MVP of the National League that year.
Right, with Keith Hernandez.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So yeah. So okay.
So I remember.
Go ahead, Andy.
I remember after they won the World Series and the Steelers won the Super Bowl. Do you remember the department store Hills?
Hills has toys, aisles and aisles of toys, floor-to-ceiling toys. One of the biggest selections of toys Hills believes you'll find. All at Hills low prices every day. And you can plan ahead for Christmas with Hills Layaway, the anti-inflation alternative to credit cards. Just 10% down, a 75-cent service charge, regular payments, and you can have all your toys paid for by Christmas. Hills will gladly hold paid-up layaways right up to Christmas Eve. Hills, the anti-inflation department store with low prices every day.
No, I do not think we have them in the Midwest.
Okay, I think if anybody's watching this from Pennsylvania, I'm sure they know what Hills department store was.
Mm-hmm.
Where I remember going in there as maybe a 10-year-old after the Steelers. Well, I wasn't even 10 yet. I was 9 going on 10. They had an Alcoa machine.
Alcoa can't wait.
Where you could actually hit a button and watch highlights from the Super Bowl and the World Series. And I remember my parents would be going through the store, and I'd be up there just rewatching the video over and over and over again. Yeah.
Are you familiar with that phrase I just said? Alcoa can't wait.
I don't know. It sounds familiar, but there's
you can Google it on YouTube. I'm sure you'll come up with it. But as a sports connoisseur in the 70s, it seemed like always during the football games, probably mostly, there is that company Alcoa, and that was like their catchphrase, Alcoa can't wait. And they'd show like some highlight. And if memory serves me correctly, it's been a long time. I really should YouTube it myself. But there'd be like, this play happened and you make the call or something like that.
I remember that you make the call.
Yeah, and then it was sponsored by Alcoa. Alcoa can't wait.
Alcoa presents Fantastic Finishes. 1978, Art Rooney's Steelers against the Browns. Bradshaw hands off to Blyer, who gives to Swan, who pitches back to Bradshaw, who whales a 40-yard strike to Benny Cunningham that beats the Browns in sudden death 15-9. The Steelers handle the ball no less than 6 times on a flea flicker that brings victory to Pittsburgh on the game's final play.
Here begins a brand new life for America's favorite recyclable beverage container. The stackable, lightweight, quick chilling, unbreakable, all aluminum can. Aluminum preserves the flavor and protects the taste. Aluminum. Its recyclability assures many, many happy returns. It's America's favorite.
We can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, I remember you make the call, but I couldn't remember who sponsored
I think it may have tied into Alcoa, but I maybe, like you mentioned, you alluded to before, we're old guys and our memory is fleeting. But
In Television presents You Make the Call. On 4th down from the Miami 3, Terry Bradshaw is hit at the 2 and fumbles into the end zone where a teammate recovers. Now you make the call. Is it a touchdown?
Here's an easy question for you. Which of these games is the closest thing to the real thing? A, in television Major League Baseball. B, Atari Baseball. Here they are again, close up. A, in television. B, Atari. If you thought A, in television, you're absolutely correct. You see, I told you this question was easy.
What call did you make? On 4th down, only the player who fumbled can recover for the offense. Instead of a touchdown, it's Miami's ball at the 2.
So you had mentioned that Show Me Your Trashy Card contest. And at the time, Andy, that's when you and I first met, as you were, I cut my teeth also commenting on other people's videos before I started creating them myself. Therefore, I call myself the commenting collector. But I always say I give it up to this guy because he makes my comments look like shorthand. I mean, you know, I was like, who is this poet laureate guy or whatever? This Longfellow person. He's the best comments ever in the world. It was so flattering, and it really means a lot. And so maybe talk about your journey doing that, and then how you eventually got to where you are now on YouTube.
All right, that sounds good. We'll go back. I think it's like 3 years now, maybe somewhere around 3.5, about 3 years. The DirecTV bill started getting just way out of hand. We were paying probably like $200 a month for DirecTV, and we had to make some changes financially because I wasn't going to pay $200 just to watch my teams play. I just thought it was just ridiculous. So we ended up getting rid of DirecTV and buying a Roku. And Roku, you could stream with Roku and all that stuff. So it came with the free YouTube. So one day I was sitting there a little bit. I was bored out of my mind, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna look up baseball cards on, YouTube. Right. And obviously, first person that comes up is baseball card collector or whatever.
Yeah, Mike.
So I started watching, him and Dylan was one of the very first that I watched and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty interesting. So then all these new ones, come on the scene. Like I watched Theo get his start, making content. Let's see who else. There's a lot of them.
Were you a fan of Orlando, A Collector's Dream at that point?
I did watch Orlando. I watched Midlife Cards. Is that what it is? Midlife?
Yeah, I think it is. As opposed to Midlife Crisis, Midlife Cards. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started watching like him and Darren from I can't remember his
Well,
channel.
Jab's family going off the board a little bit.
Well, yeah, Jab's actually
No, I kind of started with Jab's family.
Yeah, I watched a lot of him at first. And then I kind of strayed away from him. I just thought it was too ridiculous, some of the stuff. But anyway.
Yeah, he was a machine though. I think he still puts out a video a day. It's amazing, but
yeah. So but yeah, I started watching a bunch of different channels and discovering different channels through other channels and whatnot. And it just was like and it was funny because I was using Jen's channel that she had for YouTube to add all these so I could watch them. And I remember her, why don't you make your own channel? You're taking up all my space. So I ended up making my own channel, I guess, just not making content, but I created my own channel so I could add all those people that I was watching onto my side. So it would, so she wouldn't have to scroll as much, I guess. But, but yeah, so I started watching and I discovered you, and you made me laugh a lot, and I just thought there's a guy, after my own heart, because I'm a goofball too. I like to have fun. I like to make other people laugh and stuff like that. So yeah. So birds of a feather flock together. Two strange people.
So let me ask you, Andy. So as a guy that's opening soccer packs with his feet, did that make you laugh or gross you out?
A little both, actually. It was like a train wreck. You couldn't look away.
I always just said to myself, there's nothing I won't try that's not illegal, I guess.
I was just concerned you were going to cut a toe off. That's all.
Condition. Yeah, I didn't, but that could have been extra. I figured, win-win. If I cut a toe off, then I probably get a lot more views. But so just backtracking, so Mrs. Andy's Attic, aka Jen, so she actually had a channel, a YouTube.
Yeah, she was actually making content.
You did.
Before I did, journaling with Jen. And
still active? Is she still doing stuff?
She's not.
Okay.
I guess she's seen, once I started doing it. Yeah. I shouldn't even say that. She was done before I even started doing it. Just as far as interacting with people and stuff like that, not a lot of people were really commenting on her stuff and whatnot. So she got a little bored with it, or it was taking up, more time than she wanted it to. So,
Andy, I always like to ask my guests that have families. So is Jen okay down with your collecting habits and I see stuff in the background? Is she okay with that? She support you in that manner, or does she just leave you alone, or how does that work out with you guys?
She's wonderful with it. She's probably the only person I've been with that didn't have a problem with it, honestly. Now, she knows I'm responsible as far as money goes, and I'm not going to put us in debt, doing it. So, but no, she supports me with it. I told her straight out, if she didn't, they were my first love anyway. It's either if she gives me an option between her and the cards, I'm taking the cards all day.
Well,
they've been with me longer and never did me wrong. So
it sounds like she's a keeper.
She is.
And then you got, I know it's in your channel or some of your videos. You got some youngsters there.
Mm-hmm.
Are they into the hobby at all, or?
Well, what was I thinking, right? No, I'm only kidding. Actually, no, not yet. I was a little bit of a late bloomer myself as far as sports went.
What about Pokemon and
they go through phases. We'll go to a card show. We have a local card show here, maybe once a month, once every other month, and for a little time period there, they wanted Pokemon, so I got them Pokemon. I actually have them in my room, so because they just get bored with them and leave them laying around. I didn't want them to get ruined, so I put them in a box in here. But and then my little guy now, he likes Marvel and Spider-Man and stuff like that. So actually, Dre and Mrs. Diaz, wonderful people, you know that.
The best. Salt of the earth.
He reached out to me and sent me a care package actually for Logan, my little guy, with some Spider-Man and Marvel. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm drinking and burping. But
I've seen, not to mention them by name, Mr. 95 Cents, actually fall asleep during their broadcast. So hey, there's nothing new, nothing original here.
I saw that episode.
No, he's a legend. We love you, Daryl. So
Daryl Giordano.
Yeah, and I know he watches these videos while he's sorting cards. So hopefully he appreciated that actually a trade came out of his winners. So, yeah.
And you win pretty much. I used to win pretty much. Actually, since I've been making content and everything that I have going on, I always say, okay, I know he does Tuesdays and Saturdays. I'm going to, watch his video and make my comment, and I end up last minute forgetting anyway.
Okay. Well, did you happen to, since we are recording, just so everyone knows, it's Saturday, Andy, did you happen to see Mr. 95 Cents show today?
I watched about 3 minutes of it and had to do some other stuff. I was going to go back to it, but never got the chance.
There you go. He's on a hot streak, maybe. All right, we're going to go for the Steve Garvey next. Let's see here. I got about 5 tickets in my hand. Hold on. Am I down to 1? Yes, I'm down to 1. Here comes Andy's Attic. Andy. All right, Andy's Attic. Wins the Steve Garvey. We got the Ken Griffey.
Did you watch him pull the winners?
No.
Okay, I will say no more. I will say no more. I will say no more. I don't want to spoil anything. All right. So anything, do you have any other cards or any things to show and tell as we're kind of getting late into the episode? Oh, I should say, you know what? Okay. We've done a lot of talking and we haven't had the secret word come up, but full disclosure, Andy, you're my 16th guest on the Commenting Collector.
Awesome. I like 16.
Collector's Chat, you're number 16, which is a great number. Joe Montana. That was the number I played when I used when I played soccer. But yeah, like anyone cares. But it's one of my favorite numbers. But so you're number 16, and we've had the previous 15 guests. They're all 15 for 15 winning the Collector's Chat. You Bet Your Life. Duck Comes Down. They've said the secret word. I've caught some flack, to be honest. They say, well, why is it even a contest if they're always a winner? There's never suspense. So I thought, kind of got a point there. So actually, and because my supply of packs, as you can see, are kind of running low, I purposely made it a tough word. So, and I apologize, but I mean, there's always like they say, if there's a chance, there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah. I just wanted to be fully transparent that the word was a little tough. So if you don't get it, don't feel too bad. But anyway, enough of that. We're still got some time. Maybe you will. But did you have any other cards or anything you wanted to show?
I actually got a card a couple days ago I wanted to show because you're a Minnesotan or however you pronounce it. But
I think that's right.
I wanted to show my Dave Parker. Dave Parker. I keep saying Dave Parker. Dave Winfield.
Yeah. Wow. With the pinstripe.
Yep. I don't know. It's number 2. Let me see here. 175.
Yeah.
But I'm a big Winnie fan. Love Dave Winfield.
It's a beautiful card, Andy, but what surprises me most of that is that you have a twin with a relic like that, or is that called a relic or a jersey card? Because I've been the recipient of Andy's generosity so much, I can't even believe you still have any for yourself. So I am so happy that you still have kept some good ones for yourself. That was a Dave Winfield with the Twins pinstripe. Hall of Famer from St. Paul, Minnesota. So I appreciate that shout out, Andy.
Well, I want to give you a little more shout out here, Rob.
Yeah, more.
This actually,
one.
Sure. This was
Who's better than
March
one?
1978 Baseball Digest. This is what got me interested in Rod Carew right here.
All that is perfect because in '77 was his big year where he batted 388.
I'm not sure if you knew that I was a big Rod Carew fan, but I love Rod Carew. So I'm going to show you a few of his cards if you don't mind.
I would love it. Do you remember seeing that VR I did of the batting stance?
I absolutely do.
That was a Rod Carew. That was one of my influences. So hey, let me ask you a question first. So a guy growing up in Pennsylvania, how does one become a big Rod? Or maybe your grandma, was your grandma a Rod Carew or no?
Oh, absolutely not. Do you remember the show This Week in Baseball?
Yeah, this week, Mel Allen, of course.
Right. I was a big fan of that show growing up. And I used to remember seeing highlights of him, not to mention reading a lot about him in magazines.
Sure.
And
Hey,
stuff like
Andy,
that. So,
and for our podcast listeners, Andy just showed a Baseball Digest. Andy, is that something that you bought at the time when you were, 8 years old, or did you get that down the line?
no, what happened was, all right, my library used to have book sales when I was probably like 12, 13, 14 years old. And I bought a bunch of Baseball Digest back then. But obviously, like any little kid or young teen, I used to cut the pictures out of them and put them in scrapbooks.
Sure, yeah.
I actually only got this about a month and a half ago to replace the one that I cut up.
Nice.
So I wanted it again.
eBay or how'd you acquire? Where'd you acquire it from?
eBay. I do most of my buying off of eBay.
Isn't eBay amazing?
It is. You can find a lot of stuff, and there's other forums actually, and I know selling wise, I don't sell on eBay anymore. The fees just went up way too high for me to sell.
Oh, you used to though?
When I had to, I think I've discussed this with certain people, and I've mentioned it in certain videos. I went through a time of with child support with my ex and stuff like that, where I just was I didn't have the job I have today. If I had the job that I'm doing today for the last 20 years, I would have never sold anything.
Right. Yeah.
But you do what you got to do to get by. So
for sure, you're a stand-up man.
So that's what I ended up doing, and now I'm trying to just regain all that stuff that I sold and everything.
Yeah.
But this is the next card I'm going to show you is actually one that I used to have that I sold, and I wanted it back. So most of these cards I bought probably in the last 3 or 4 years. But anyway, 1970.
Sweet card.
Rod Carew Topps.
Yeah.
And it's triple protected. No, double protected.
I can't quite read the grade. Was that an 8?
Yeah, it's in the old slab, which don't really matter to me.
Which just falls in line with, like I said before, all your PSAs, man. You got the highest grades. That's awesome.
Here's a 71. That's a 7.
Which for a 71 is like a 9 or 10 any other year with that black border. That's amazing.
And you know what the funny thing is? I don't buy because of the grade. I'm still looking at the card. Obviously, I want a card that matches the grade that I'm paying for or whatever, but...
Well, I won't ask you for every card, though, Andy, but what about that 71, that 7, Rod Carew? How did you acquire that? Was that from... Yeah. How did you... When did you acquire that, and how did you acquire that?
All these Carews I'm going to show you were probably bought in the last 2 to 3 years, with some being as current as maybe last March or April.
Okay, so then the hobby, whatever you call it, everyone looks at COVID is kind of the line of where, the hobby just exploded and took off. So when you're buying a card after that, you're paying pretty good bucks. So for me, if you're getting a 7, that's not cheap, right? You're paying, unless you're finding deals out there.
I don't remember exactly what I paid for it. I just knew I wanted it. But what I do now my job, I work a lot of overtime when I can. So I go in early on a Sunday night. It's double time for the first 2.5 hours. That's my hobby budget right there. So that's what I use. So it's probably an extra anywhere from 150 to 200 bucks a week. And then I don't always spend it on cards, but like I said, I'll save for vacation or whatever. But
you're a quality, not quantity guy. Maybe it's like, if you're going to invest in a card, why not get a really good card?
I don't invest. It's more of a collect. I collect. I don't invest. Like, I'm not buying. I'm not going to make nothing off this.
Okay.
When I pass away, Rob, whoever's left, if she wants to sell them, maybe I'll tell her to leave all my Rod Crews to commenting collector.
Well, I'll take them because wouldn't the irony of all ironies be that you lost half of them or most of them in that first divorce, and now Andy goes out and he builds up his collection again, and then Mrs. Andy's attic says, "See you later," and then she wants to take your cards now that you've reacquired. No, I'm just kidding. I hope that doesn't happen. Actually, I'll take the cards ahead of time, and then we'll never get divorced. How about that?
Well, all I gotta say, if she would do that, Rob, it'll be a good episode on the ID channel a couple years from now. No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, or you could maybe have Ty Wilson from Chasing Cardboard show up to your house, and you can give him the sob story again and how you had to liquidate.
I lost it the second time. No,
right.
No.
What was that old? What was his name? Jerry. Jerry Reed. With that old song. You got the gold mine and I got the shaft, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of these cards, like I said, I mean, I look for the best deal I could possibly get for the grade, and it's not like it was when I was paying child support. Obviously, I got kids, and they come first; they're first priority.
Yep.
So I like to have a little bit of a nest egg put away in case something goes wrong with the car or we need oil or whatever. But food on the table is more important than cardboard. But if I have it, if I can afford it and I see something that I want, I get it usually. And Jen usually don't have a problem with it. She knows I'm pretty responsible with money. So
there you go.
So, but anyway, do you want me to finish showing you this little bit I have here?
I'll stop. I promise. I'll stop interrupting you.
Wow, that's why you can chop it up and put it together however you want.
No chopping up. This is all real, raw as it happens.
There's another 74.
Oh wow, sweet card. And the only reason I ever dwell on the grade, like you said, if you're not selling, who gives a flying? But it's just in my world. If I see a 74, 71 like that, it's like 2s or 3s. So it's just from a fan, or just from someone to see an amazing card. It's just cool how that is, because as you know, these cards, when they're printed, it's not our fault that they're off center and stuff. And of course, that's what they look at to grade. You can have a card that gets like a 5 because it's off center. So it's almost like it's such an aberration almost to see like a vintage card that has a high grade like that. It's like the dodo bird or whatever. It's crazy.
Well, the other thing too is I don't know if you noticed, but 8's my favorite number. Willie Stargell's number was 8. So a lot of the grades I look for are 8s. I used to have a whole run of Stargell's in PSA 8, other than his rookie. I never had his rookie graded. I have his rookie card. It's a well-loved rookie card that I got one year, but that might be a Strongsville purchase, or maybe someday I can get to the National and look for that card or something. But yeah. So There's a 1976, which is one of my favorite Rod Crew cards for whatever reason. The next one is actually my favorite Rod Crew card that I'm going to show you. Is the 77. I really love that.
Those are sweet cards.
Yeah, that card always appealed to me.
Yeah, I mean, quick shout out to
Stu.
Stooks. Yeah, well, we were on the same.
Welcome
Yeah,
back
you
to
owe me a
the
beer.
Curiosity Resort.
Yeah, he's got some Carews, and then Kirby Puckett Place. Are you familiar with him?
Yes.
Dustin. And
I haven't
it used to
really.
be Dustin and Blake. Now it's just Dustin. But yeah, Kirby Puckett Place. So I'm sure he's got the Rod Crews as well.
Yeah, I haven't interacted with him in a little while now. It's just so hard to keep up with everybody. So I try to keep up, with the people that take the time to comment on my stuff.
I know he took a little break, but I think he's getting back into it. And of course, he's a Hall of Famer, so flags fly forever with Dustin on that one. But yeah, he's a YouTube card Hall of Famer. So
right.
Oh, by the way, everyone listening is probably aware. If not, I'll remind everyone. This is Andy's first year, so he was eligible for the Community Rookie of the Year, which you, Andy, and Rev Steve Cards, I both voted for my rookies. Unfortunately, I don't think neither of you guys won, but
we didn't, but I appreciate it.
yeah, of course. In my book, you're
in the
rookies. Yeah, my book, you guys, and it just happened. Wasn't even aware at the time I was voting. You're two Pittsburgh Pirates are Pittsburgh guys too. So yeah.
Yeah, he has a beautiful Manny Sanguine collection he has going on. He's a big Manny Sanguine fan.
Yeah, Rev Steve, great channel. Check him out if you get a chance. If you're not already subscribed, do it.
He's also a Star Wars fan too, I think. So
I like the guy even more. Yep.
78.
I love that one.
So do I. I love the batting helmet.
Yeah, the little All-Star badge.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look clear on my end here. Is it coming through clear enough for you?
The card itself is clear enough, but the grade is a little fuzzy, but maybe that's by design, even though it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's an 8, but
But
yeah.
And I got two more for you. The 79.
Yeah. That's what I used as a basis to show his batting stance and how he holds his hands low like that.
Right.
And he uncoils like your guy Dave Parker as well. The Cobra, they kind of uncoil like that.
And then I got the 80.
Boo! No, I say he's with the Angels because old Calvin didn't want to pay him, so I think we traded him to the Angels and we got Doug Corbett.
So yep, that's my Rod Crew wrap up there. In honor of you, Rob.
Yeah.
Figured I would show it.
No, I appreciate it. I will say, and I think I just have to give a fair thing to Cal. I was a Twins fan, so I could say we, but very disappointed when the Twins traded Carew away, of course. But I think one of the guys we got in return was Tom Bernansky from the Angels, who ended up being one of the leaders for the Twins for the World Series 87. So that I think that was the case. I may be misremembering that. But hey, I appreciate that, Andy. I've really like I said, what I've gleaned from this conversation and watching your videos and your comments, you're really sentimental. I mean, you care.
Absolutely.
Yep. And it really shows. So yeah, we should probably wrap it up. We're getting to that point.
Can I make something really clear right here about my commenting too?
Yes, please. That's why we're here.
Because I was questioned once, and I don't want to mention no channel names or nothing like that. How I call everybody my friend, and I say so many nice things and stuff like that.
Oh.
I truly mean what I say when I do comment, even though I'm saying it to all the people I'm saying it to.
Yeah.
They're the people in the community that I feel that way about. So I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's, arse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you were to say to a video, and I'm not, like you said, I'm casting aspersions, that's fine, whatever, you do you, I'll do me, whatever. But when they say another good one, your friend, whatever, then you think, did you even watch the video? I mean, they may have, and they just don't have time. But from your comments, you know that you watched the video, and you are their friend, right? So I don't know.
I definitely feel like yous are all my friends that I, comment on your videos, because I have, just like I said before, everybody that takes the time out of their day, I really appreciate it that they come and they watch my video and commented on it or whatever. I try to reciprocate it. I feel that's just, the way it should be. As difficult as it is sometimes for me, with all the stuff I have going on, I still try, even if it takes me 2 days to watch a video, because there's a lot of videos I'll be watching and I'll be hitting pause and getting pulled away to take Sadie to the bathroom or get her something to eat or whatever. Sometimes it takes me 3 days to watch a half-hour video.
Yeah.
So, but I try to get it in there and comment.
That. No, I appreciate that distinction, Andy. I mean, that's you're genuine, you're real, and it goes a long way. And that's one of the reasons, I wanted you to be on this chat, because I consider you a friend. And and just for the record, my videos are so dang long. I don't care if someone forwards half of it, through mine, because I understand that's the price I pay. I just put out a video a week. I don't put out any uh video sooner than that. So, I do tend to go on long. So I don't want to give anyone the wrong impression that, you're not authentic if you don't watch all the videos every second and leave a long comment. But I'm just saying, for those that do, we like to, bring special attention to them and really celebrate, and not just knock you down and say, oh, you're just saying that because you're just blowing, like you said, blowing smoke. So
yeah,
it is the real deal with Mr. Andy.
Absolutely. There's a couple of people that actually, commented to me or whatever and said, I might comment on theirs and they'll respond and say, I got to get over and watch some of your videos too.
Yeah.
I don't want them to ever feel pressure to watch my videos either. I know what it's like now that I'm creating content, how little time you have.
Exactly.
So, I understand totally.
And they may get more than 2 hours sleep than you, so they actually might be sleeping. So, no, I'm just kidding on that one. But
I figure after my surgery, I'll be laid up for a little while. I'll catch up on all kinds of videos.
I hope so. Yeah, you need your rest, Andy. But what do they call? What's the word when you care about something? No strings attached. I mean, that's kind of what you give off, I guess. Anyway, well, before we wrap this fun chat, I know this is gonna be one of those Minnesota goodbyes, like I explained before, where it never seems to end. But anything else to show? One last chance, or
well, nothing to show, but we got to play that game. We didn't do that yet.
Well, you got to say the secret word.
Oh, what's the secret word, please?
I can't play it that way. I'm sorry. Like I said, if you know the secret word, you'll get it. If not, no big deal. It's just a couple facts. But I was just wondering if there's like any other things for you to show, or.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. I just want everybody to know out there. I don't know. I don't think there's anybody in the community that is this. Even BK, being a Detroit Tigers fan, probably
yeah,
isn't.
Yeah.
But I'm not too many people know this, but I'm a Johnny Walking Fuss super collector. I just lost
He said the secret word. John Walking Fuss. John B. Walking Fuss, to be
Walking Fuss. You think of that?
What is this? You're a super collector?
I am a Johnny Walking Fuss. Yeah, super collector.
And I've heard of Wade Boggs super collector. Kirby Puckett super collector. Never heard of a John Walking Fuss. You're pulling my leg.
Oh, Walking Fuss used to be my nickname, actually.
Walking Fuss.
Yeah,
What
walking
do you
foot.
got? What do you got for cards?
I got the 1980 tops.
Okay.
1982 tops, which the 81's in my set, so I'm not going to pull that out.
Okay, so he's a catcher.
Yep, absolutely. Got the 82 Donruss.
Nice.
And all the ones I'm not going to show are in a binder with my
Hey,
with my set. There's the
shout out to
83
Mac
top.
Mac Stacks. He got the stashy stash all of a sudden on that
Well,
one.
wait till you see. We got a stash coming up soon. Here's a cool one here. 83 Donruss and his catcher's attire.
Lift it up a little more. Do you know the big difference as a super collector? Do you notice that it said his first one said Johnny Walking Fuss, and now he's, I guess, matured, or they say matured, to just John.
Well, yeah, instead of Johnny, Job Johnny, we say Johnny.
Johnny.
Look at the stash.
Oh, there's the stash on that one. Whoa.
Gray locks going on. So
how long you been a super collector? Oh my gosh. Is that one of those stickers?
That is an 81 top sticker.
Oh boy.
Since 81. Since
is that his rookie year?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay, you kind of got
the 80 there. It's before that.
How many cards are in, if a super collector, how many cards are in his run? Do you know?
He has 55 different cards.
55 different, and do you have all of them?
I have all of them.
Oh boy.
And then some. Two's better than one. So I
better than one.
Doubles also.
That's right.
So this, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I know, is the only Johnny B. What does the B stand for? His middle name? Do you know?
He's the original Johnny B. Good. No. Bilton.
Bilton. Really?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. All things can be answered here on the Commenting Collectors Chat. That is outstanding.
All right. It actually says it. It says it on the back of his 82.
It says his middle name. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I've never really taken the deep dive into the John B. Walkenfuss back of the card. But I should have.
Yeah.
Now that I know you're a super collector, I will.
He had about as many career major league home runs as I did in my career in softball.
Well, I noticed on the cards that you showed, he played catcher, and not only that, he also played first base, I think, in left field. So, man, what a weapon!
Yeah, right here, utility player.
Yeah,
for sure. There's catcher, first base, and outfield.
Oh, that's a fantasy baseball dream right there.
Yeah, you can put them where you want them.
People talk about Dale Murphy's catcher eligibility, but a lot of people don't talk about Johnny B. Walkenfuss.
Nope.
And that got you the rock card. Be in the mail, Andy, and the 91-92 hockey be in the mail. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get a bigger supply. And it looks like unfortunately, I should say, we've got our 16th winner and 16th tries. So yeah.
Well, do you need me to send you some unopened packs again?
All right. I don't give those away. The ones people give to me, I don't give those away. That's tacky. I just do that on my TikTok channel so they don't see. No.
You're whatnot.
So, okay. We'll wrap it up, Andy. That is unbelievable that all of a sudden he comes up with the John B. Walkenfuss. No, it's all seriousness, Andy. You've been a good friend now for what, 3 years now? I think
around there, yeah.
I'm so happy. I mean, you've been fine as a commenter, and it would have been all well and good. And when you said, well, I don't have all the cards I did when I was a youth, I thought, well, maybe then that's too bad. But man, the cards you've shown, I couldn't even imagine. I mean, I think we'd be calling you card hobby community president if you still hadn't gone through that unfortunate event. But I say unfortunate, but everything happens for a reason. And I know the small communications I've had with the lovely Mrs. Andy's Attic, Jen. Seems like a great person. And your videos where you show your family outings and you go places, it's just awesome. It's just what this card hobby should all be about, is family and the kids and all that. So
Well, I also feel now, that Jen stopped doing it. I'm trying to just include that stuff. If you want to watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. But it's
yeah.
like a vlog, obviously, like she was doing, kind of. I like to add on, so someday down the line, my kids want to, watch us on video, and so.
And that's what we should do. We should make videos for ourselves, and if the other people love to watch them, that's just the icing on the cake. But hey, where can people find you other than we discussed your only channel, your OnlyFans channel before? But
Under my beard, it's trying to take a life of its own there, Rob. I think I'm going to keep it till about January 1st or 2nd. It's gone, but.
Oh, are you saying that there's someday maybe a clean shaven Andy's Attic?
Not a clean shaven. I always had the goatee. Remember,
Okay.
I used to have the goatee going on.
You're still gonna have the stashy stash forever.
I might even get some wax and start twisting it.
Okay,
But yeah,
a la Raleigh fingers. Okay, and then shout out again to BK with that stashy stash. All right.
absolutely. I think he's at a wedding this weekend, Rob.
Oh my gosh, are you a stalker? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, you got Christmas coming up. You want to keep that beard? You might be mistaken by the big guy.
That's
So.
what I'm going to do. I know all the kids are starting to look at me at the malls thinking I might be Santa Claus. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So seriously though, YouTube will find you, Andy's Attic. Are you on Instagram or?
I am not on Instagram. I do have a Snapchat. I don't know if that means anything or not.
Well, you'll give it to me later, or do you want to shout it out now, or we can put it in the description later?
No, I'm not even sure what it. Jen set it up for me, so I'm not even sure how.
Okay.
I mean, I could look real quick.
Yeah. See what else? Picture. Email address too, because they want to send you. What was your? Talk about what they wanted you to. They wanted. You wanted people to send something to your email address. We talked about that earlier. Remember what that was?
If anybody wants to send me their address or even their cell phone number, that I could put it in mine as a contact if you do interact with me and I don't have it yet.
Yeah.
Because,
and that way, and I think I remembered that way you could send them some cards or
yeah.
Who doesn't want that? Not that you're guaranteeing you will, because we don't want to open this up to everyone. But
Right. I mean, people have sent me stuff that I actually kept the envelope, so I do have the address if I ever want to surprise them with a care package or whatever.
No worries, Andy. We'll put all that information in the description since you're giving us permission.
Let me see Snapchat here. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's all lowercase. It's Andy _ man and 08, which is my favorite number. So it's Andy _ man 08.
Perfect. So YouTube and that TikTok, but mainly YouTube. And then what do you want to say your email address?
You can put it in the description if you want, or if you want me to say it now, but I mean, you know it, right?
In case we have the podcasters listening, they might want to hear it. So what is it?
Oh, okay. It's all lowercase. Raiders fan _ the number 4 life at yahoo.com.
Raiders fan _ 4 the number 4 life.com.
At yahoo.com.
At yahoo.com. Raiders fan for life at yahoo.com. _ after the Raiders. Okay, and I'll put it in the description as well. All right, Andy. Again, thank you so much for your generosity and appearing here and bringing the fun. We know the loose cannon was going to be actually work to our advantage, because I know people, people don't want to be bored on YouTube. I mean, that's a big, I think, carry takeaway from what we do is we like to keep people on their toes and don't know what's next. I think that's kind of the common thread that we have. But
well, I'm gonna probably ask Santa Claus for some new hats this year, so I can wear some new hats in my videos.
nice.
Stuff.
Okay. No,
For a
I was
little
going to ask
while.
you what's coming up. So perfect. You got some of that to look forward to.
Absolutely.
They call you Cher again with your outfit changes and
There you go. Whatever you want to call me. I got thick skin too, Rob. So
there you go. Yeah.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah. No. Again, good luck with your surgery. You're going to have some downtime, resting up, and like you said before, you'll be probably watching a lot of the videos and look forward to. Are you gonna? Hopefully, you might get a couple out before your surgery as well.
I just put one out tonight, right before we got on, and it's going to be a part 1 out of a part 4 that I'm doing. So if you want to check that out, it's actually on my Ken Griffey Jr. PSA cards that I have. So there's quite a bit of them. So there's going to be There's going to be 4 parts of that. I just put the first part out tonight.
And let me give you an unsolicited plug, Andy. When the Cobra, Mr. Dave Parker, passed away, this man right here, he put out, and not that I see everything in the YouTube, universe, but your tributes, I think, what you put 3 of them out on Cobra? Some of the best I've ever. The cards you showed were amazing. The stories you talked about, and they came from your heart too. I mean, this was, genuinely a Dave Parker fan. So yeah, go see that. Go to his channel, watch everything, watch the current, but search his Dave Parker stuff. But that came out a month ago, wasn't it? 6 weeks ago now?
I think it was right before the Hall of Fame induction is when he passed. So yeah, right around that time.
Well, he's only been making content now for not even a year, so you're not gonna have a hard time finding stuff in your archive. So, yeah.
Right.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
And Andy, we'll keep in touch and talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good, my friend.
All right. Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome, Rob. Cheers again.
Oh.
No, that's all right.
I got to get you a cheers, man.
If you're done, you're done.
All right. Here we go. Boy, that was hope you had as fun or half as fun as I did. It was great. Yeah, like I alluded to during the conversation, I kind of had a good idea why I love the guy so much, and it just gets hit home even more when he talks about how he collected things when he was young, and he still has a lot of that stuff. Life happens, throws you a curveball where, you got to make adjustments, which Andy did. And not to say that there's not struggles along the way, but I knew that, he's got that sentimental nature about him. And, he's all about the community. And when he comments on your video and he says, your friend, he means it. So if you love this video, or even if you just like it, appreciate a thumbs up. Love to hear your comments. We talked about a lot of different topics. Maybe we were wrong on a lot of them. So give us your take. Corrections always are appreciated. And subscribe. Like to do these chats, at least once a month, if not more. Love to bring the community together. Like I told Andy, there's lots of stories out there that we don't always get to hear about during the people's videos on the channel. So it gives us opportunity to get more of an in-depth look at the other collectors in the community. And until next time, I'm the Commenting Collector for Andy's Attic. As always, good collecting.